see. Before we start, can I pray?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Abba, Father, today we need you bad. Unfortunately, we're here and we're going to talk about a sad day in America. And I just ask, Lord, that you give us some wisdom today to speak on this matter. I ask that you show mercy on all of us, including the people that are showing some negativity towards the situation. I don't want to take sides per se, but the reality is this is a discussion of good and evil. And for the people that are showing praise to what happened yesterday, I just ask that those people really do some self-reflection and like a self-audit. Because if you're happy at the murdering of an innocent man, public execution style, there's something wrong. So, Lord, please give myself and Tim the wisdom to speak on this matter. I hope that your message gets across, and I hope that this situation brings us closer together more than anything. And I hope it opens the eyes of all people. And I hope that we, as a people, can respond to this situation not with more violence, but with grace, mercy, and hope more than anything. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So with that being said, welcome back to Clear Views Podcast, where culture meets conversation. It's your boy Bishki Baby, my main man Tim, Big Daddy Simmons. You said something yesterday that really hit home for me, because you said that this was like your Kobe moment.
Yeah, man.
So can you talk on that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. I guess the best word is heartbroken.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Something I don't really feel this much. I didn't realize I would have felt this if I would have thought, someone would have told me, you know, Charlie Kirk's going to get shot. How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
I don't think I would have felt the way I would have said that I feel the way I do now.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Not to mention watching the video probably is what made me feel that way.
Mm.
I mean, and like you're saying in the prayer, people celebrating that, having the ability to celebrate that after watching that video.
Yeah.
I mein, bro, there are some sick people out here.
I'd even tell you, I don't know if you saw, but I posted on our story and I just said, pray for Charlie Kirk and his family.
Okay.
And we got some negative messages.
Yeah.
Like, I was just, wow.
No, I was like, wow. Any of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like at a loss of words for it. When in regard to that, like it's clearly just evil.
Yeah.
It's definitely just made me, pray more.
Yeah.
Definitely has made me reflect more on what's really important. It's definitely made me feel like, as men, bro, we got to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have to be the better examples.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough. Like Charlie really did give us a good way of he showed us how to debate properly.
Yeah.
He did give us a good way to communicate with others.
Yeah.
Through debate.
Yeah.
Through, just through biblical teachings.
Yeah.
And I think that we are just, I have definitely fallen short of that on lots of different levels. You know what I mean? Not showing up the way I'm supposed to, accepting things for just it's kind of okay. One of the things that's really been bothering me, honestly, is all these people, whether they're Charlie fans or not, they keep saying, I didn't agree with everything he said.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to keep hearing, I don't agree with it. You don't agree with anybody. What everybody says.
Yeah.
Me and you don't agree on everything. Me and my wife don't agree on everything. I don't agree with everything my mama says.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think that you're not going to agree with everybody?
Yeah. There's no one 100% of the time.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like, just stop. You don't need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Just talk what your feelings are. You don't need to bring up because it's what it is it's a disclaimer.
Yeah.
It's protecting yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like, For all the people who are cheering it on, you're like, well, yeah, I didn't agree with everything he said either, but he shouldn't have died. No.
Yeah.
It's not about that. Like, that's what I can't stand. Everybody's throwing out these disclaimers to make themselves feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's not okay.
Yeah.
On any level. And it doesn't matter if you agreed with them or not. Shut up. Like, it's really irritating. And I'm just hearing so many people say that. So many prominent people say that.
Yeah.
Even that I talked to this guy the other day at work, and he's telling me, he's like, well, Charlie was he was kind of a shock jock, an instigator. He kind of instigated, poked the bear one too many times. It's like, what are we talking about? Poking the bear one too many times by just saying his opinion?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was someone who kind of said things just to instigate. Rage bait is what he said. And I'm going to say, it's not rage bait if you truly believe this. If you truly believe that God is going to save you, if you truly believe that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, if you truly believe that gays are not, it's not the way to go, if you truly believe that Christ is the only way to be saved, if you truly believe these things and you say these things, this is not rage bait.
Yeah.
This is the truth that he is speaking. This is the truth that God tells us to speak.
Yeah.
And so it's stupid when we sit here and say that he's saying it to hurt somebody else. It has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm just sick and tired of it, bro. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But people are just using this to gloat, using this to get their own followings.
Yeah.
I think most of the people who are praising this, I mean, bro, all these people are so sad.
Yeah.
The only reason you do this is because you hate yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not a happy person.
Yeah.
It's the people right now are sad about this tragedy, but the people who are even sadder are the people praising it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do not sleep well at night. They hate themselves. They wish they were somebody else.
Yeah.
If you are wishing to be somebody else, you are not a happy person.
Right.
And they are the saddest people out of all of us.
Yeah.
That killer, dude, he was more sad than anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah.
And it's just super interesting to see these people praising it. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's a Democrat Republican thing, but a lot of this hate spewing is coming from the left.
Yeah.
It is coming from all these tolerant people.
Yeah.
These people who claim to be all fake virtuous.
Yeah.
They care about this and they care about that. Man, they don't care about nothing. They don't.
Yeah.
You can't watch any of this stuff and then clown it and then claim you care about people.
Yeah.
Like, even that person that killed Charlie, the best thing for him would be to come to God. That's just straight up. Like, it's not the best thing. It's the best thing for all of us. It's for that individual to come to God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not for just himself, but for everybody. For him to be a testament of like, look, I did the most evil act.
Yeah.
And I still am like, I am wrong. I am a sinner. I am not worthy of forgiveness from what I just did. But
God showed me grace.
God showed me grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, with everything that we're seeing, and this is why I kind of mentioned that for the people that are glorifying this and they're praising this, and they're like laughing at the situation, that they do, a self-reflection and a self-audit and really look in the mirror, because regardless of your beliefs, regardless of your stance on things, to praise and act like that, where an innocent man was publicly executed. I mean, it's like baffling to me that someone can look at something like that and not give it the respect that it's deserving, and to like show that empathy and that sympathy to the situation. And for them to say, like, if he was the type of person that he was causing physical harm, okay. But my man was just standing on business. He stood on his values. He spoke about what he believes to be the truth, right? If you're looking at it from that lens alone, what did he do that was so wrong in your guys' eyes besides rebuttal what your beliefs are and rebuttal like your stance on things? And the other thing that gets me is like when he's going to speak at these universities, the whole point of college, and I went to college, right, is it's not an echo chamber of the same view. The whole point was to challenge thoughts, to establish your critical thinking skills, to be able to defend your argument. And if you can't defend it well enough, then maybe that is enlightenment to you, to where you're like, hey, maybe my view on this is incorrect. Right. Maybe I didn't have it right. You know what I mean? And for people to look at it and say what they're saying in the negative fashion that they're saying, I instead of rebuttaling it with anger, I just ask that God show mercy on those people, man, because you have to be, like you said, in a certain place in life where you're not happy with yourself, that you can look at an innocent man who all he did was speak on his beliefs. It's all he did. Mm-hmm. He never was hurting people physically or anything like that. He just stood on what he believed to be the truth, which happens to be what I believe to be the truth as well, and what a lot of people believe to be the truth. And just because he didn't share the same value as a population or a group, for him to be, taken out like that was just, it's a sad time. You know what I mean? And then, the other part of me too is like the conspiracy theorist side of me is like, okay, there's so much I'm seeing too that is like making me like, what the hell's going on? Is this what it is? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the thing about the bullet.
Yeah, ricochet and all that.
No, well, not even that. There's like a black mark on his chest, mm-hmm. and then it ends up here, and then where they're saying he was shot from, it doesn't bode well with the footage. Like it looked like he was shot. If I'm Charlie right now, it looked like it hit here. They're saying he was shot from here, and I'm just like, but the bullet is here, and he's, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Also, do you believe that cat is that good of a marksman? It's
not a hard shot.
You don't think so?
No, it's not a hard shot.
Especially if you had the right.
Yeah, my kids could have hit that shot. Was it with a scope too? They're saying what I'm hearing, and I tend to agree with this, is that he actually probably did miss his target. He was probably aiming for the head.
Really? Oh, and
he didn't consider the drop of the bullet. Because that 200 yards, bro, my 10-year-old son at the time could hit 9 out of 10.
Really?
At 200 yards.
Because I'm not fluent with the gun.
With a scope at 200 yards, 9 out of 10.
Wow.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that size target too.
Yeah.
You put a gallon of milk out on a rock. Mm-hmm. My son could hit 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Out of when he was 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, and that's, with the scope and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Which he had to have, obviously.
Yeah, he did. He had one on the weapon.
Did they find the weapon?
Yeah. They found it.
What was it?
It
had to be a sniper rifle.
No, it was like an old bolt action rifle.
With a scope though.
With a scope. Though.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And,
because I'm thinking like
he had all these riding 200 yards.
It's not bad. It's not too far.
No, 2 football fields.
But that's long.
It's
relatively
not,
speaking to me.
When you have a scope, it's different. Bro, it's like you could see the guys,
really
nostril hairs with that type of stuff. You know what I mean? You could see really, really close. If you zoom in, it's not far.
Yeah,
it's not far in the slightest.
Okay,
and so it
was a doable shot.
It's an amateur shot.
Really?
It's an amateur.
Okay.
The fact that the Butler shooting with President Trump missed, that was even closer, is insanity. With a rifle, bro, it's so easy.
Wow.
Handguns are tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Because just a little bit, when you have a little 6-inch, 3-inch barrel, something like that, it's just a little bit is way off at the end.
Wow.
But a rifle, at a 16-inch barrel, bro, it's very easy.
Okay.
It's very, very easy.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he probably aimed for the head.
Yeah.
He missed.
Yeah.
And he tagged him.
Yeah.
In the neck,
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things, man. I was going to say something about it, but that was definitely more amateur. Oh, about the conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
The conspiracy stuff right now, I do tend to like, I think it's what Occam's razor. Have you ever heard of that theory?
No.
It's basically the theory with the least amount of assumptions is typically the right one. And so, and I
The
pretty much
theory with the least amount of assumptions.
Yes.
Okay.
Is typically the right one.
Explain that to me. Give me an example.
So it's like the odds of this guy probably being just a kid that was radicalized and took it upon himself to do this is probably the most likely.
Yeah.
You know, when people are like, this is Israel, Israel's involved. And then it's a conspiracy that the bullet came in from over here, or that guy did his little arm movement and gave the like, okay, it's go time. Shoot, right now is the time.
The guy with the hat and all that.
I mean, all of these things, like you doing that right now.
Yeah.
If I got shot right now, would you doing like that right now? Was that your code to like take me out right now? You know what I mean? Like,
no,
it's that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Like just the fact that you're sitting there being a human, moving as a human.
Yeah.
You're going to do certain things.
Yeah.
And that all of a sudden is going to be like a code. No, it's just you being, you know, a jittery human.
Yeah. And it's probably just
we all are
conditioned and primed.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
We're
like
all conditioned
with all these movies
to
and
have
stuff.
a conspiracy that it's all these things.
But see, that's my struggle, Tim. Is like I see what I see, like the concepts in the movies, right?
Yes.
And then my theory behind it is like they do that so that when you do call it out in real life, you're looked at as a freaking conspiracy theorist and you're crazy, right?
I agree.
Like for instance, the movie The Shooter.
Yeah.
With Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
He was set up,
yes.
right? And so, okay, let me just for the sake of me getting out there, okay? I know you don't agree with it, but to show people too that people can disagree and not be an issue, right? My mind goes to, okay, if this was a setup, right? If I was in control of the situation, right? And I wanted to take Charlie Kirk out, okay? And I wanted to make it to where I can put the blame onto someone that it doesn't come back to me, right? I could easily pay a disgruntled guy, AKA the guy that did it, or so supposedly. He did it, but I'm just saying like in my theory, to be like, hey, I want you on top of this roof at this time, right? I'm going to give you $5,000 to do it.
Right.
Okay. And when after whatever happens, you're free to bounce, do what you want. The guy being what he is going to look at the situation. He's going to freak out. He's going to jump off like he did and he's going to run home or whatever.
Right.
Or maybe it was even deeper where he was telling the guy like, hey, you're going to commit to this, whatever. I either have blackmail on you or I'm going to pay you your family out, whatever it is. I don't know. The point is, there's definitely a way that it could have been done or executed to where it's, you know, hiding a deeper whatever.
Of course.
But do I believe that wholeheartedly? No. I that's just my movie brain thinking like, oh, this is the scenario. Oh, maybe the guy did signal it or whatever. And then ultimately, though, I will say this, and this is kind of like on a little tangent. For the people, this just brought it back to my brain. For the people that are, you know, spreading negativity on this matter, right? If your goal as a group is to promote your side and to say, hey, we are the right side, we are the correct side, we're the tolerable side, all this, is you responding in this fashion really gonna get your message across and your goal across to where people are gonna be like, you know what? They're laughing at a man that was publicly executed. They probably are a good group to join. You know what? I feel for these people. I believe what they believe, or I am into that mindset. If that is their goal, is to spread their message and to get more people into it, is this really like, at least be smart about it. Even if you don't believe it and you actually do hate the guy and you feel the way you feel, it's like, I would never do that. I would never, if I was really trying to get my messages across, I wouldn't be like, haha, this guy died. I'd be like, man, this is a terrible day. This is a sad day. You know, no one deserves death like that. No one deserves to be treated like that.
Right. But that's why your mind works the way it does. And that's why you're not over there.
Exactly.
Because you don't understand.
No, 100%. 100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And so the way their mind's working is their mind is with what Charlie's saying is somehow against their thoughts and their identity.
Mm-hmm.
And so he needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
And anyone who thinks like that also needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
So this brings us to a very interesting dilemma. When you can't agree with an entire group, a humongous group of the population on what is a man and what is a woman, what is a family, how society should be structured. We're not talking about right now tax policies. We're not talking about right now just general, healthcare. We are talking about how society should be functioning. We're talking about general things as basic as like, we're not arguing about this yet, but what color is the sky? You know what I mean? We're talking about stuff where, do humans have two arms?
Yeah.
Do like the most basic of basic things.
Yeah.
Is a family between a man and a woman, or is a family between, same sex?
Yeah.
Like anyone in the world back in, 30 years ago would all agree on these things. I don't care what country you came from, what culture you came from, what background you had. We had all of these normal basic things that everyone agreed on.
Right.
But right now we don't have that agreement.
No.
We are in a conversation with people who do not have a clue on objective realities.
Yeah.
How do you have a society where if I think that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and that opinion makes the other side say it's okay to kill me?
Yeah.
How do you function with a society like that?
Yeah.
How do you function when someone gets murdered and millions of people all celebrate it just for that person's thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how does a society function when one group wants the other group dead just for a different opinion?
Yeah.
And an opinion that is obviously true.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about though, Tim. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that we take this matter and I'm scared that we go down to their level. And what I mean by that is that we retaliate with violence. And but because like what you're saying is, how do we function? How do we coexist?
Okay. Society is all violence anyways. Society is always violence. It's always either the threat of violence, right? And all society is based. The reason you don't speed is because you're afraid a cop's going to pull you over. A cop pulls you over and you don't comply. What's going to happen? He's going to pull you out of the car and it's going to get violent.
Yeah.
Right? You fight. It's going to get violent. This is the way it goes. Cops are the threat. They're the monopoly. They have the monopoly on violence, legal violence, right? That the normal person can't. So, if we're trying to stop them from murdering us, is that still considered violence? I mean, I don't know. It's tough in a free society. What do? We can't stop free speech. So we can't stop them from saying how great this was.
Yeah.
Because are you willing to give up your freedoms and what makes this country great? But what's happened is they've hijacked the good things of our society. And the culture as a whole has become so degenerate that it's gotten to this point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's the dilemma. That is the dilemma. Because I know one thing: live by the sword, die by it. And I mean, when Peter cut the Roman soldier's ear off, Jesus didn't hesitate in telling him that. And that's my concern, is that I get what you're saying, but I'm worried that if we retaliate in that sense.
No, I agree. I completely disagree with all violence.
Yeah.
I do not think we need to be dropping.
But I get what you're saying. The reality of the world we live in is a violent one. Regardless of whatever you say or do, there's going to be violence that exists, is what you're saying, correct?
If we're trying to stop people from being violent, there's going to be violence in stopping people from being violent.
For sure.
That's my point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do we do that? I mean, it's tough. I mean, the ultimate thing is just, the bottom line is to continue to preach God's word.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to preach God's word.
Yeah.
And to continue to just be the best representation of God's word that you possibly can.
Yeah. That's another thing I wanted to say was that ultimately that side, or whatever you want to call it, effed up, because all you did was bring more light to the message.
Yes.
And you just brought more people to the message,
Yes.
especially with your response being what it is.
100%.
It's like people, like self-grounded, decent human beings are going to look at it and be like, man, you made my decision for me.
Yes, exactly.
Because I'm a decent human being. I would never look at someone and be like, he deserved that. Or did you see the footage of the guy that is, I don't know what his name is, man, and I wish I would have saved it. At least from what I saw, it was saying that he was like Charlie Kirk's rival. And he was empathetic and crying when he found out the news, and he was saying a message out like, man, he definitely disagreed with Charlie on everything. And he was like, he didn't deserve that, man.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve to be executed in front of his 2 kids and his wife who were in attendance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for the people that are like, he effing deserved it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, I'm just like, as much as a part of me is mad and wants to be like, bro, what's up? You want to talk like that? All right, let's talk in person with this fade.
Yeah.
But the other part of me is like, this is where we have to show grace. Like you've said before, you have to show it. You can't expect to get it. You got to show it first, regardless of the matter, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just trying to show mercy. And this is why I pray that God does show mercy for those people, because I pity them more than anything. And I feel sad for them. If you are glorifying that type of act, but then you're sitting there and saying, I'm tolerable, and oh, the kids in Palestine, and oh, transgender this, and oh, and all that, and then you can be okay with an act like that, then you're the hypocrite in the fullest sense of the word.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. That's the part of the biggest problem with the left is it's not, I mean, look, we're all hypocrites. We're all sinners. We're all not worthy. Right. Mm-hmm. But when you're blatantly, celebrating, there is a difference. I don't know. I just really, I think we just, as Christians, we need to just continue to be strong, not cower. I was talking to, we got some text messages from church group, and, there's a few people who are even, publicly said like, I kind of wanted to like cower in my faith because I don't want people to know, because this is what might happen. Mm-hmm. And then he came to the realization, this is all within the same text. Yeah. Saying he came to the realization that, no, I need to stand up more for my faith and these things. Yeah. And this is what these people need. Again, they are very, very, very unhappy people. Yeah. And they're
lost souls.
Yeah. They're lost souls. Yeah. And the devil is only here to destroy.
Yeah.
Kill, murder, destroy, lie, all those things.
And this he also is doesn't him care how many more than anything.
Kills and destroys, right?
Yeah.
Another interesting thing that I forget who I was listening to. He talked about, do you think the devil is against good morals? I'm going to answer for you. Most people would say, yeah, he's against good morals, right? He's against people like helping the lady across the street. He would rather you push the lady in front of the car, like that's not true. The devil is all for good morals. And this is part of the reason why our society has fallen. Because we think the person who sits there and thinks, I'm a good person. I didn't murder Charlie Kirk. I would never do that. I, pay my taxes and I love my wife and I, I'm the coach of my kids' soccer team. You don't steal, you don't cheat on your wife, do all these things. Why am I going to go to hell if I don't believe in God? But the guy who just murdered Charlie Kirk, he could go to heaven if he gave his life to the Lord. Well, the reality is we're all sinners, all of us. And the reality is if that individual actually turns his life around and actually does give himself to the Lord, he does have an opportunity to go to heaven. And you being a good person and you thinking you're a good person and you having the ego that you did all this for yourself, that you still had that lust in your heart, that you still had that envy in your heart for that neighbor, he got the new boat. You're all a sinner and you never really give yourself up. Satan uses all those manipulations, thinking you're a good person, that you did it against you to think, make you think that you are the one. And I'm sorry, you will be in hell for those reasons. So Satan uses good morals to get his way. Is whatever pulls you away from God. Whether you, even if you think doing the right thing, what's the road to hell is paved with good intentions. All of these analogies, they are all resort to hell without actually giving yourself to God and giving yourself to the ultimate power.
He is the way, the truth, and the life.
Straight up.
Only. No,
so
100%.
I think we've all just been fed this crock, of what reality is, what good person is, all this stuff. And it's just all nonsense. But that's one thing that, like, in college in particular, it's a bunch of thinkers. There's a lot of intelligence in college. There's zero wisdom in college.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there's definitely no spiritual wisdom.
No.
And so what do we expect from that?
No, it's the straight facts, dude. You can be the nicest, most morally sound person in the world, but the reality is, if you don't accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, that is the defining factor. That is the last notch on the belt that you are required to have.
Right.
And he says it, the only way to heaven is through me. You know what I mean? The only way to the Father is through me.
Right.
So if you don't have that, but you're a morally sound person and you do well in the world, that's great and all, but the reality is, your salvation depends on it, you
Absolutely.
know? So,
and morally sound is all relative to not morally. When I say not morally sound, sin is compared to not sinning.
Right.
So just because you didn't, like, murder is compared, like, all the sins are equal. In the sense that murder is still worse than stealing the loaf of bread. But we're not comparing murder to loaf of bread stealing. We're comparing murder to not murdering. We're comparing stealing the loaf to not stealing the loaf. This is the sin comparison. And everyone says, well, I'm not the murderer. I'm not the stealer of the bread. You are the luster. You are the envier. You are the jealous. You are, like, you go down the list of sins, the glutton. You are all of these things. You are just the selfish individual. So no matter what, we all fall short. We're all sinners. So you can sit there and pretend like you got it all together. You're all morally sound. The reality is, you're so far from morally sound. It's not even funny. And that's the biggest issue. Until you realize, look, we're all imperfect, bro. Like, you just took that guy's life. For what? Everything he's done, and what good have you done? God is going to use this for good.
He will.
He uses these martyrs, like, for whatever reason, this was his hero arc. Charlie's hero arc was to happen exactly the way it happened, for whatever reason. It was cool. I came in yesterday, and I came home from work yesterday, and then I go into my son's room, and I see him, and he's watching a Charlie Kirk event where he's talking to a group of kids. And immediately my head went to, are you watching the murder? Is it like, are you watching a news thing of this event? He goes, no, I'm listening to another one. And so he's listening to what Charlie's saying. And he's like, I love this guy. I've already watched like 3 of his videos, 3 hour-long videos. And I'm like, man, like, look at that reaction that he's having right there on this generation.
Right.
And I think a lot of people are coming to that. There's another thing. I watched a video of a young Asian guy. It was a TikTok video or something like that. It was on YouTube, so I'm not sure. But he was like, what is wrong with my party? He goes, I'm a Democrat. What is wrong with us? People are celebrating this. I'm not down with this. And it's like what you were saying. People are starting to, once they expose themselves to be this
person,
their true hate or their true selves, people are not going to be able to rock with it.
No.
You know, at least people who have a moral conscience.
Yeah.
To be like, I can't rock with this. And then they start looking at like, okay, well, what does the other side have? What are they actually preaching?
Exactly.
And I think it's going to bring a lot of people to God.
That's my hope too, man. Like I said, there's always good that will come from these dark situations. I mean, I'm a personal testament too. Like through the darkness that I went through came good. And it sometimes it takes time. And that's the only thing that I ask that we all as a whole, especially the people that are followers of Christ, is to seek refuge in that and just know that God is always at work. Even though this seems like a very dark time, even though this seems like this is a tragedy, there's going to be beauty that comes from it. Yeah. And the reality, like you mentioned too, there is always going to be evil in this world. There's always going to be evil doers, right? And the only thing that I think we can do as Christians and as a population and as human beings is to show those people as much grace as reasonably possible and to pray for them and to have mercy on them, because these are lost souls. If a person that was deemed clinically insane came into a store and stole or did anything crazy, even though it doesn't justify that action, you are still going to have mercy and sympathy towards that person, I believe. But with what has transpired, man, I think you're really, like you said, you're seeing where mankind and we are as a people right now. And you're seeing the beautiful side of it, and then you're seeing a really ugly side of it. And my hope is just that the side that, or the people that are drawn in the middle, they look to their left and they look to their right, and they're like, man, this is a time for me to make a decision on who I want to be as a person. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just encourage those that are torn between the two, because to me, man, it's not so much about the political aspect of it, because I'm being honest with myself and completely real. I've never been a political person, but man, you can't help but fall into it when things like this are transpiring and like the topics that are really prominent in the world today. They kind of like force you into politics, but more so, I just hope it forces people into whether they just want to be a decent, good person or they want to be a person that really endorses like evil and negativity. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, I've seen some stuff, and like I do have people that I know on both sides, right? And the people that I know that are on, I guess you call it the left, and I hate that there's effing sides, man. There shouldn't be sides. Like, we are just one species. We are all human beings. Like, we all bleed the same. We all have white bones. Like, it's just, it just drives me. But at the same time too, it's like, I know this is how it has to be. Why? Because the Bible speaks on this. Revelations is freaking accurate, man. It even speaks about, like, all Charlie is a modern day saint and a martyr. If there's any way you want to go out as a Christian, it's the way he went out.
Oh, no doubt.
Preaching the word.
No doubt.
Like, my goodness, like, that is, I hope I can be that lucky, honestly, to be able to spread my last breath and it be endorsing and praising the Lord. Like, man, like, I hope I hope God can use me in that way, right. You know? And I hope that it never has to be a situation where people are ultimately meeting some type of fate like that. But the reality is, like, if I was going to go out, man, I hope I can do it in God's name. You know what I mean?
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hero's journey.
Yeah.
He really took up, I was watching an interview with Donald Trump Jr. And it was pretty interesting. And he was saying how when he first got into politics, right at like 2015, 14, they were about to get ready to run for president. His dad is. And so they don't really know a lot of people in politics. They know of people like local mayors or maybe like a couple governors, but they don't know like all the senators, and they don't really even understand the political structure of America as a whole, yet. So this is back in 2015, 15. So Don gets a call and he goes, "Hey, we're trying to meet people who know the political, landscape.
Mm.
So one of his good buddies calls him up and says, "Hey, I got this guy, Charlie Kirk, that I want you to meet. He's 20 years old." And then you don't, wait. Like, bro, we don't need another guy who doesn't know politics. We don't need this. We need somebody who knows the game at a high level. And the guy's like, no, I promise. And Donald, they're building buildings, they're building resorts. I mean, they're dealing with top level engineers, city officials, all these different things, right? So they're on a professional scale at the highest position.
Yeah.
Then they hear this 20-year-old kid knows something about politics that they don't know about.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, we don't need to know this kid.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, this guy and Donald Trump Jr. had a reputation good enough for it to be like, all right, I'm going to do you a favor and I'm going to go listen to this guy or get it on this phone call with this guy that you claim is so great, right? So he gets on the phone with Charlie and he's like, within 10 minutes, he's like, bro, you could be president.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
You really could have. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he was definitely a presidential, future presidential.
Yeah. Candidate, 100%.
And so it was just such a crazy story about such a young kid because at the time he was 20 years old.
Yeah.
At 2000, I mean, he was one of the biggest reasons for Trump's upbringing.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that's part of saving the country up until this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what we fall into, but I also do believe, like, bro, this is waking a lot of people up. This next generation of people are the most conservative generation since like the baby boomers or the greatest generation, which I think is like the World War II generation.
Yeah.
So I think that Charlie did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, he lived a great life.
Yeah.
And just celebrating him, damn the killer.
Yeah.
We don't even need to talk about him. Let's just start celebrating Charlie.
Yeah.
Celebrating his legacy.
And just carrying on the work.
Carrying on the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing everyone's scared of is just, copycats. Because this is going to, I think, once the school shooters thing came out with Columbine, there's just been copycats ever since. Yeah. And that what happened, I think, in 99.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ever since then, it's just like, oh, that's how I get my name out. That's how I get my name out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look at this kid. This kid's going to get his name out. For sure. More than anybody.
It's going to be like how, what's his name? The one that shot Kennedy, Oswald.
Oswald,
yeah. I feel like it is one of those things where some people may do it for like the fame.
Yeah, dude.
But
that's how sick these people are,
dude. That's what's crazy. Yeah. No,
you saw the kid,
the actual shooter, like the image of him. Yeah.
So I guess they caught him this morning.
Yeah,
or like last night.
And what's funny is the footage I saw was it was like someone that caught him. I don't know if he was just walking back to the house, but he was limping. And they were like, we don't know why he's limping. And then I saw the footage of him jumping off
the roof.
I was like, okay, well, that makes two and two together. Same person.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, it was a big jump. Yeah,
dude, it was a big jump.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was just kind of
where
wild.
He dropped at least 10 feet.
Like. Minimum. Yeah. So, but yeah, like you said, ultimately, I feel like I mean, I really do hope that it drives people towards God more than anything. But my biggest concern isn't, people on that side.
Let me ask you a question. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Have you seen anybody on quote unquote Charlie's team, on the right, on the Republican, on any level about them calling for any, and when I mean anyone, I mean prominent.
Yeah.
People
for violence,
calling for violence?
No.
Neither have I.
But I do remember when the riots were going on, there was a couple of prominent Democratic figures that were like, we will like combat this. They weren't saying outright like, hey, we all F people up, but you know what they meant. Yeah, for sure. So
Maxine Waters told if you see your senator in the grocery store, get in their face.
Yeah.
Scream and yell at them. Take the fight to the streets.
They're encouraging.
Like they absolutely.
The only thing that I've seen is people saying we got to continue the message, which if you look at it from a logical lens, if they're saying continue the message, All old boy did was sit in front of people, very like
calm and collect,
bro. Like there wasn't in people's faces.
Nope.
He didn't force anything on anyone. You had the option to come up and speak. He didn't ever shut anyone down. And I've seen countless videos of him saying, hey, for my fans and my followers that are here, please show the other side the respect.
Yes, 100%.
Bro, like that is what I'm saying is like there's like logic and reason, and then there's like emotional rage on one side. So it's just like you said, like how do you deal with that? But I think the way he dealt with it was the only way. And I think the reality is you only take an action like that because that person is being so effective.
Oh, big time.
You feel me?
Yes.
Like you're not gonna go to that extent if the person isn't truly making progress, you know? So that I hate to say, but that is a sign that he was the real deal. Like he was making progress. His message was powerful and he was getting across to people. You know what I mean? So, you know, haters gonna hate, bro. And I mean, this is like the ultimate level of hate, you know? Yeah. So
no, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, man, I don't even know. Yeah. It's so wild.
It is. It's a wild time, bro.
Yeah, he spoke at our church on July 4th.
Really?
So I'm a part of Dream City, and there's a Dream City in Phoenix. That's like the main campus. And then there's a few satellites, and I'm at the one in Long Beach. And that one in particular, he spoke at the one in Phoenix. So we watched it on the Jumbotron.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, he spoke at that. And then I went to a Calvary Chapel, I think in maybe 2022. And I saw him in person at Calvary Chapel in like Diamond Bar. And, you know, great speaker.
Yeah. Very good.
Again, the thing with him is he brought the spiritual realm to the political realm, which is really what was his superpower.
It really was.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what made him so effective. You know, I look at a man like Vivek. I really love Vivek's policies. I love Vivek's outlook. I love his just thoughtful insight on just the way the policies are set up and what government's set up. I really enjoy his outlook on things. But he's not a Christian. And so I feel like he didn't have that same effect when it came to, you know, I agree with him on so much, but Charlie had that same appeal with just the intelligence and the speaking ability and the charisma and all of these, you know, awesome skills and talents and gifts. Yeah. But he's also brought it from a Christian perspective. Yeah. And man, just what a loss. Yeah. What a loss for us.
Yeah. But hopefully it sparks another version, you know?
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. I love that someone said that. It said, I pray that this just created, 10,000 Charlie Kirk. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, oh, that's, that might be what happens here. Yeah.
No, ultimately, like I said, dude, he's just a modern day martyr. Like we read in the Bible how every single one of the disciples were persecuted and martyred for his name's sake. Yep. Charlie was the same, you know, Charlie was the same.
How do you think, I don't know. I'm trying to think, how do you think this is going to affect the next presidency? Or just not even our presidency. How do you think this is going to affect politics? Do you think we're going to get levels of other politicians celebrating it?
Like on the left?
Yeah. Like actual politicians celebrating it? Or do you think they're going to say... I think
that would be political suicide if they did that. If they actually praised the act, I mean, I think that would just be idiotic. But at the same time, the people that are praising it that are just regular Joes may be, and they may... Like, I could see a Democratic leader or representative saying, hey, there's a crazy group of people out there that are like happy about this. I'll take advantage of the votes. But it's like... How many are there in comparison to people that are just decent and like, this is a terrible thing? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess it would just depend, because I believe ultimately they do what they do with just strategy behind it. It's not about like, oh, I truly believe in this. It's just like, hey, this is what I can say right now because people are into it to get the votes. And then ultimately I get into the position of power, and then it's, you know, smooth sailing from there. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Did you see the thing about the House and the Senate? And they were like, let's pray for it. And they were like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. That blew my mind too, man. That blew my mind. Like how.
That's what I mean.
Bro.
I have a feeling they're gonna stick to their base. I have a feeling they're gonna stick to their base, and they're gonna think that this is what their base wants.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when they speak about Charlie, they speak that he was a hateful man. You know, they say that he was a racist.
Yeah.
Misogynist.
That's what I saw too.
All of those things.
Yeah.
So this is their basis of opinion on all of those things, right? So you're coming at it from a objectively reality. They're coming at it from an emotional
point of view.
Like he says that gay marriage is bad. In turn, he hates all gays, which means he wants me dead, which means we want him dead.
Yeah.
Like this is their circular reality, right?
Yeah.
When he's not saying that at all.
Yeah.
But that's just how their train of thought goes.
Yeah.
So if that's their train of thought, that they're claiming he's racist, or the list goes on,
whatever,
then they can't get behind him. They can't even claim that what was done was wrong. Like people always say, if you could go back and kill baby Hitler, would you? And it's wild because this is kind of what I think they're thinking. Yeah.
Did you see the one about Elon Musk's employee?
No.
The girl? The girl that on Twitter, she said, or on X or whatever, she was like, if Hitler was executed or shot like that in public, would you guys say that the act was wrong and this is messed up or whatever? And then she was like, rest in piss, Charlie Kirk. And then right below it says Elon says this person is no longer employed at X.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's some sick shit.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm talking about. They put him in that category.
Yeah.
And
that was an extreme, real quick, for that person to be like, Hitler, you're making that comparison. What did this man do that was on that scale? Like I said, all he did was stand on business and spoke his beliefs. Hitler actually took action and was murdering people and like causing harm.
That's why I use the term. Okay, but when Hitler was 31 years old, he wasn't. When Hitler was 12 years old, he wasn't causing harm at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what they say. If you can go back in time and kill baby Hitler.
Yeah.
If you could make his mom have an abortion.
Right.
Should we have done that to stop that evil?
What's your view on that?
Well, they thought that basically Charlie's arc was eventually he was going to become that and eventually do that evil. This is their arguments, right? And so them taking him out now is kind of like, well, we took out the evil man from happening, right? These are these arguments that are happening from that side.
Yeah.
The reality is you can't, obviously Charlie was never going to be a Hitler, never going to have those intentions, right?
No.
But you, even with baby Hitler or teen Hitler or 31-year-old Hitler, you can't kill a man for something he's never done.
Yeah. This isn't Minority Report.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no going back.
Yeah.
You can only, once the person does the thing, is when you can actually go after them.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you can actually say, okay, bad man did bad thing.
Right.
You can't say bad man might do bad things, so I got to stop him now.
Yeah.
Because we're all okay. And if you look at, like, what's so crazy, just if you look at COVID, all of these people that have these virtues, it showed you who would have been the Nazis and who would have not.
Yeah.
It's the people that were screaming at you to put on a mask.
Yeah.
It's the people that were turning you in for, not wearing your mask or having a get together or celebrating a birthday or, going to visit their grandma in the hospital.
Yeah.
These are the people that were turning people in,
that
were calling the cops, that were wanting these are the people that would have been the soldiers at the SS.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are it showed us right there who the totalitarian people are.
Yeah.
I mean, it was blatant.
Yeah.
And so for us to sit here and be like, oh no, those people are the tolerant, those people are whatever they claim, which they're clearly not.
Yeah.
And I think it's been clear to anyone with a half a brain that they're not.
Yeah.
You're either completely uneducated.
Right.
At this point, I don't even understand. Like, how can you not even walk into the world and see what reality is?
Right. Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they do. Because they're stuck on their phones.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in these echo chambers.
Exactly.
Of what they believe reality is.
Right.
So they go outside and they just, they see that for
what it is.
For what it is of what they're told on their phones, you know?
It's interesting to me, though, you said like they are, their claim is that we were stopping a greater evil. Right. And this is the side that is supposed to be tolerant. Right. And this is the side that was like rioting when George Floyd was murdered by the cop and whatever. Right.
Let's not even get into that.
Yeah. But I'll say this. So if that's their logic, if that's their reasoning, so that means if I see, we'll just say hypothetically, a black man that is dressed as like a hoodlum walking down the street and walking close to a liquor store, is it okay for me if I'm using that logic? I'm stopping a greater evil. If I was a cop, I can stop and arrest that man or take him down because he looks like he could potentially do something down the line.
Well, that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
It's not their whole policies are not logical.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Not a logical fallacy.
But the people that are proclaiming that was, you know what I mean? Is this like if that's their stance on it,
right?
And they're using that. I'm just like, God, the hypocrisy is so like, it's just like,
it's overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yes.
So
and obviously that's wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't.
They just,
the devil uses every manipulation possible.
Yeah.
And so with all of those different manipulations, he's going to get people to believe that bad is good, good is, good is bad.
Yeah.
Up is down, down is up. Like this is what he's going to think.
Yeah.
Make us all think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's nothing really to do other than to just continue.
Yeah.
To have actual virtues.
Yeah.
Don't just claim to have them.
Yeah.
Be actually a Christian.
Yeah. I just hope that like you've said, and myself, this is the time more than ever for us to get deeper into the word, to really become biblically literate.
Yeah.
And to really, because the one thing that Charlie did better than most, and this is the one thing I like admired him on, is his knowledge of the Bible.
Oh, for sure.
And his ability to pull from passage on spot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what made him so strong as a messenger for Christ.
Absolutely.
And I would only hope that I could become half of that, where I can call on the word when I need to in certain matters, because the reality is he used it, as he said in his own words, it was my armor. It was his armor. You know what I mean? So I hope this is motivation for a lot of people to do that, to really get into the word, to really work on the relationship with God more than anything, and to ask God to show us the way. Because again, my concern is I just don't want our side to drop to that level. And I hate saying our side, but it is the reality. It's two sides. It shouldn't be like that, but it is.
Well, I think what you're saying is I don't want the good side to drop into the evil side.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we got to stay the good side.
Yes, man.
And that's really what we're talking about.
Right.
Staying the good side.
Right. Because I hope that sets the example. It's like, man, I could totally see like and this really, I mean, technically, let me re-say this. If the tables were turned and like say there was a prominent figure on the left that was promoting and was like Charlie version of that side or whatever, and he was taken out or she was taken out in that same regard, I could totally see the people that were mocking his death responding with violence, right? Yeah. I don't want us to become that.
But I couldn't see our side saying that prominent leftist, whoever that prominent leftist is, AOC or you know, that whatever that new mayor that's going for New York City, that socialist, basically communist, right?
Yeah.
If someone was to do something like that to him, I would have the same feeling.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck are you doing?
Why? Yeah.
You're an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that is just, it's evil. It's wrong. It's hurtful, hateful. Like, it's all the things we're not. Don't do that.
Yes. Yeah.
That you claim to be on our side. You're not on our side.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not
taking that action. No.
No.
Yeah.
That's not our side.
Yeah.
That's not the Christian. That's not our side.
No.
I'm sorry. That's not our side.
No.
And so it's flat out.
Yeah.
And the fact that the left's not just straight up saying that guy's not our side.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not us. That's something else.
If they
Whatever
were smart,
that
they
something
would do
else
that.
is,
But,
that's not us.
Right.
That's
right.
That's evil. That's hateful. We are not evil, hateful people.
Yeah.
We are loving, caring.
Yeah.
And then you could use all those arguments of everything you're saying.
Right.
We are loving, caring. We have the love for the Palestinians. We have the love for the Ukrainians. We have the love for, but the issue is, as Christians, we have love for all of those groups too.
Yeah.
What we are battling though is the opposite, the hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I say battling, I don't mean, we go out and kill those people.
Right.
We're battling them in, like, we're continuing to try to love them anyways.
Right.
We're continuing to try to.
It's a spiritual war.
Yes, it's a spiritual war that we're trying to get them to understand that the way they're living is wrong.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like we were going to force you at gunpoint to change the way you live.
Yeah.
We're trying to change society.
Yeah.
We're trying to change. And there is a certain amount of shame in telling you you're wrong.
Yeah.
That you're going to feel.
Yeah.
You're going to feel if you're living your life just a complete degenerate.
Yeah.
And like a life that I've lived through a big portion of my life.
Me too.
Degenerate.
Yeah.
And when I come to a point now, when I look back, I'm so ashamed of so much.
Yeah. Same.
I'm super ashamed of so many things, so many thoughts, so many ways of life that I just accepted.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things that all of these people feel.
Right.
They don't want to feel shame.
Yeah.
They want to feel like everything they're doing is just okay.
Right.
I'm a good person. I didn't do this wrong or that wrong.
Yeah.
But the reality is, when you really come to God, you really realize, like, oh my gosh, I did a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
I wanna wrap on this. There was one thing that Charlie said recently, and it was kind of crazy because I had mentioned it as well. Was he spoke about the aspect of grace and truth when it comes to Jesus's teachings and what we should be promoting in the world, right? Sometimes we get so hopped up on the grace, like God loves everyone, Jesus loves everyone. But the truth is, if you're living in sin, you shouldn't be, right?
Right.
So he spoke about the I don't know if it wasn't the Samaritan woman, but the woman that was a prostitute.
Yeah.
And they were gonna stone her, and Jesus said, "Ye without sin, cast the first stone."
Right.
And all the stones
I
dropped.
think it's the lady at
But
the well or whatever. Yeah.
It was.
I think so. Yeah.
But Jesus also said, after he said that, he went to the woman and said, "Woman, sin no more."
Right.
So he called her out on her sins, right? It wasn't just like, hey, you guys can't judge her. Ultimately, like I said, we there's righteous judgment that we can do as Christians to try to bring our brothers and sisters closer to Christ. But at the same time, who are we to judge ultimately? But at the same time, like I said, the righteous judgment is something that is allowed, I believe. But when he said that, I was just like, dang, that's crazy, because we also spoke about that too. But
yes, no, that's well said.
I know we're strapped on time today, so we'll wrap there. Shout out. You had a shout out?
Yeah. No, let's do it next week.
And that is a wrap for Clear Views Podcast.